Hello Gemini, welcome to your July 2020 love reading. This is a general love reading for the zodiac sign of Gemini, sun, moon, and rising signs. If this reading does not resonate with you, I highly encourage you to check the reading for your moon and or rising sign because sometimes your readings will be coming from those signs. Also, please don't get caught up in the roles and genders of the cards. I'm going to be talking about people doing and thinking things and taking actions, and I'll be referring to you mostly as a default person, but the roles might be reversed. So keep that in mind during this reading. So let's just go ahead and get started. So the first card you have is the moon. And the way that I'm reading this card, because the second card is the magician, I'm reading both of them together. And the reason why I'm reading them both together is because the moon often has to do with illusion and deception, lies, trickery. It's not always that. It could be deep hidden emotions or deep hidden pain. But because the magician is right next to it, I feel like someone you're involved with might have tricked you. And I'm sorry, Gemini, to deliver that message. This isn't going to resonate with all of you, but I feel like for most of the people I'm reading for, this is the case. Someone you're involved with romantically was very charming, and they just weren't who you thought they were exactly, and you might have discovered that recently, or you are discovering it now, or you will very shortly. Yeah, I feel like someone might not have been honest about a part of their life, who's in their life, maybe their connection to exes or certain people that you're concerned about. But yeah, it could be that someone is revealing a deep issue that they have. Maybe it's a psychological issue. Maybe someone has an addiction problem, and then they come to you and tell you, and they were hiding it for a long time, and then you're just finding this out. It could be that. Yeah, but I just feel like someone wasn't on the up and up with you. It might have been you, Gemini, doing this to someone, but I feel like for most of you, this was getting done to you by a person you're involved with romantically, more than likely. So I feel like for a lot of you, you might have felt something was off for a while. You had an intuition, but you didn't want to acknowledge that, ignorance is bliss. But it might have been the case that very recently you decided to confront this person. So you manifested this secret or deception coming out, I feel like. Not for all of you. Maybe it just finally came out. But I feel like for a lot of you, you guys did something. Maybe you confronted the person or talked to someone that they knew or looked around at some of their information somehow. And then you found out this thing. So the next card you have is the Knight of Swords. I feel, Gemini, that this is probably you. This is an air sign person or someone with air energy. Air signs being Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. I feel like once this thing comes out, if that's what it is, you probably, as the air sign, make a very quick, fast action toward this person or situation. Like you charge in. Maybe you're mad or you feel like a sense of, wrong and right, that you need to confront this person and call them out. But I don't know if this is a very productive energy. And I'm not saying you don't have a right to be upset, Gemini. I'm sure you do. I'm just saying that this particular approach doesn't feel very productive. Yeah, the Knight of Swords energy is kind of erratic and just doesn't think. It just goes and does this action, with their sharp words and intellect. It's just a very swift action without much thought. And the Nine of Swords is kind of like it's the person that the general puts in the front line, because the Knight of Swords is not only inspiring, but he's expendable. And that's because this intense energy can't be sustained. So you might have rushed toward this person and you got really burned out afterward. Maybe you feel like it didn't really do anything. Maybe this person didn't even really respond or give you the response you were hoping for. Like, it kind of left it hanging in the air. And even though you rushed toward this person, like, nothing really got resolved. And that's what I feel with the next card too, is the Three of Wands. I feel like you rush toward this person or this situation, or this person does this to you, but I think it's more than likely you the other way around. You're just sitting there and be like, well, what happens now? Like, all of this stuff just happened and exploded in my face, and you're just standing there waiting to see what happens next. And it almost feels like you have an idea of something to do in this situation that would be a different approach than the Knight of Swords energy, but you're not doing it. It's almost like you don't want to have to start all over. It feels like that. It's like, oh, I need to start all over with this person, or I need to start all over with my life and find someone new. And that just seems so daunting to you right now. And that's what I feel also with the next and final card, which is Eight of Pentacles, where you don't want to do your homework, Gemini, whatever that is. You don't want to get in, deep and dirty with this person. It just sounds really exhausting. Maybe you've been with this person for a while and you don't want to have to start over with someone else. You're just not up for the task right now. You just don't feel like doing it, even though that's what's needed, is this careful study approach, self-examination of yourself, the relationship, how you're relating in relationship. You don't want to do any of that. You kind of just want to watch and see what happens. And feels like it's not going to produce results for you, Gemini. In some situations with some people, I think definitely waiting and seeing is appropriate. But for here, I feel like it's not going to really do anything. You have to take some kind of action. But what kind of action? Well, this month I pulled an additional card for the love readings. And this is from the Wooden Tarot deck. And in this deck, it's only the major arcana cards and the 4 aces in the traditional tarot deck. So the card you guys got was the Chariot. And if you look at this card closely, you see this snail. And he has this moss growing on him. He has this big shell, and he has all this, fungi growing on him. So this is a very, very slow movement. And I pulled this card to have it be just like the underlying energy of the overall main thing that Gemini needs to know. And I feel like you're being asked to not rush towards something. You're asked to be going, you are being asked to move very slowly. Even though that's not your normal speed, Gemini, as an air sign, you want to rush into things like you did with this Knight of Swords energy. But you're being asked to move slow because you're carrying a lot right now. And I remember in your general reading earlier in the month, Gemini, you had the Ten of Wands energy, a Ten of Wands card, and you were the only sign that got the Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands is being totally overburdened. You've loaded yourself up too much, and you're just barely able to drag your body to do what you need to do. And this Chariot is showing that same exact energy to me, that your little, shell has too much. So you need to move slowly, whether it's toward this person or, trying to figure out what's going wrong in romantic relationship with you. You need to move slow. You need to not rush in, and you need to do your homework. Like the Eight of Pentacles is saying, you need to figure out, what's going on with you, maybe psychologically or spiritually. And this is something that will be bearing a lot of fruit if you do it a slow, methodical way. So that's the message for you, Gemini. I hope this reading was helpful. If it resonated for you, please let me know in the comment section below. That would be very helpful for me. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe as well. So thank you, Gemini, and I'll see you next month. Bye.